go. Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse pregame show, Game Day Live. Oh man, I am still riding on cloud 9 from that victory, that NBA Cup final victory, that tremendous comeback that the Knicks pulled off. Couldn't be prouder of our guys in orange and blue. It's interesting. I've been reviewing the discussion throughout the NBA media world. It's interesting how certain people are starting to say, hey, wait a second, are the Knicks clearly the best team in the East right now? Do the Knicks actually have a legitimate chance of winning the NBA championship? You know, what's interesting about it now is at least it's being discussed, where before it was being dismissed. So now the Knicks have reached some kind of level of legitimacy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to preview the Indiana game. Then we're just going to talk about anything we want to talk about here. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. I still have the old overlay. I want to change this here. Sorry about that. Let me change it right now. Let's see if this will work or screw me up here. Usually the overlay is what I change first. There we go. Let's see. Oh, it did it. It did it. Okay, so if you thought you were watching the post-game show, you were not confused. You actually were given the wrong information. Oh, hey, what's up, Jesse Rodriguez? Lift Rock City, baby. How you doing? Actually, maybe coming this spring to New York, and we'll definitely have it planned out ahead of time. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll set up some kind of a viewing party. It'd be great to meet you guys. I've met several of people that are out here in Southern California, but it'd be awesome to meet the rest of you guys and maybe go to have a watch party or go to a game. Yeah, that'd be fun to do. Yes, we are just scratching the surface. It's true. This Knicks team has, I think, more gears in it, more levels to reach, to improve, which is why I really do believe that they have a legitimate chance to win the NBA championship. They really do. And a lot of it stems from the actual fact that their players, five of their top players are playing like the very top players in the NBA right now. In fact, when you look at the net ratings for players that have played at least 12 games so far and are averaging at least 28 minutes per game, so generally starters or super subs, Knicks have their five current starters are in the top 18. That's right. Number 4 best, the 4th best in the NBA is OG Anunoby with a plus 17.0 net rating. That's the 4th best in the NBA. Brunson is 10th best with a plus 11.7, and Karl Anthony Towns is right behind him with a plus 10.6, and he's 12th best. And then Mikal Bridges, a plus 9.6, is 16th best, and Josh Hart, the new starter that was put in about 10 games ago, is a plus 8.8, 18th best net rating player in the entire National Basketball Association. If they keep that going, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for any opponents to take this team, especially in a 7-game series. Those shorter series, you never know. It can happen, a weird injury and stuff like that, which is why we got to stay away from that. And speaking of injuries, we do have some issues today with the starters. Let's get over here. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for joining me here. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments. Also, there's a Holiday 15 code for merch. Get the merch right now. I think you still have some time to get it before. Yes, you do. If you place orders today, you have some time to get like T-shirts and things like that, and hats. And there's a beanie. There's a beanie, Jesse. I put a beanie up there for you specifically. You asked for that. Yeah, check those out. Okay, and don't forget to join the channel. That'd be wonderful. Great way to support the Knicks-Verse. The information's down below. All right, so it's game day. Mikal Bridges will be playing today. He will be one of the starters, though he wasn't on the floor to close the game. That's right. So that was very interesting. A lot of it was because he was having trouble controlling his handle. The defensive pressure that the San Antonio Spurs were putting on him got to him, and then on the other end he was having trouble fighting over screens, so it was a double whammy. And I think Mike Brown did the right choice, and getting Kolek and Clarkson out there, who are, you know, they're able to well, for one, Kolek is a better passer and a better ball handler. So he's able to break down the defense a little bit better. And same thing goes for Clarkson as well. And Clarkson, at first he was looking unplayable in that game, and then he turned it around dramatically. And Kolek, I mean, he's been stepping it up of late. He's making the case for him being the basically the point guard backup off the bench. It'll be interesting, come trade season, which is pretty much starts now. At December 15th, this is the first day players that were signed over the summer could be traded. So right now we are in the active trade season. It'll be interesting to see if Leon moves to acquire a backup point guard or looks elsewhere, like another big. There's been some discussion about that. We'll get into that as well. But let's look at what's happening here. New York basketball gave us an update here. Karl-Anthony Towns, out. Josh Hart, out. Mitchell Robinson, out. And I'm not surprised with him. He will definitely play tomorrow. The Knicks have a back-to-back. So they play tonight in Indiana, and then they fly back home. And I think we play the Celtics. I think we play the Celtics tomorrow, if I'm to be correct. Available is OG Anunoby. He was originally listed as questionable with a knee contusion. So we got OG, the fourth most impactful player in the NBA. That's great to have. We got Mikal Bridges, the 16th most impactful. And, of course, we have Jalen Brunson. So I wonder who is going to start in place of Cat and Hart. My guess would be it'll be Ariel Hakporti. We'll definitely get the start at center. And we might possibly see maybe Yabusele. If you guys see any updates, just let me know. Put it in the chat. It might be Yabusele who gets the start. And I'll tell you one reason I would go with that is because we need to figure out a way to unlock Gershon somehow. And maybe giving him the start, giving him enough time to get the feel for the game, to find his role in this offense. I think it might be, we might need to endure more bad minutes with him to eventually get good minutes from him later on when it really matters. This game against Indiana Pacers, who have been struggling of late, they've lost their last two, and they lost to the Washington Wizards. That was their last game that they played. So I think I'm expecting. I'm not expecting it. Let's put it this way. I'm not expecting Yabusele getting a start, but I would do it. Now I could see Brown rewarding Clarkson for his play in the other day and giving him the start. So that's a possibility as a reward. However, I think I would use those extra minutes that you get as a starter. Give that to Yabusele tonight, because if we can unlock Yabusele, man, does that change the bench? Does that change everything? It also helps answer some questions for trade deadline. What should the Knicks do then? Right now, Yabusele and Diawara are the only real replacements that we have for our wings. And Shamet is as well, but Shamet's he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. But in terms of someone who could play the 4, Yabu, someone who can play a small ball 5, that's Yabu. We don't really have anyone else like that that can do that other than Cat. But when Cat can't play, like you see right here, Mitch doesn't really fill that role that way. He fills it completely in a completely different way. And Hakporti fills the role in a similar way to the way Mitch fills it, not necessarily the way Cat fills it. So it's good to have variety on your roster, but also it's good to have duplication on your roster because just the way the style of play is. And when you're moving at such a high speed, you want things to be similar for the players. But at the same time, sometimes you want to have some flexibility to make some adjustments. Unlike in baseball, where you really want lots of flexibility. You want guys who can play the infield, the outfield, even DH. Can play the corners. A center fielder who can come in and play second base. You want that. In basketball, you definitely want some flexibility, especially defensively. But on the offensive end, you really want a replication of skills to a great extent, with some some aspects that are different, but the core, I would say, 60% of it or so, just to give you guys a range of what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm making an argument to start Yabusele. It's an early game start tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's about 32 minutes from now. Shout out to the chat. Who else we got? We got Drew's Reviews. What's up, Drew's Reviews? We got Rezendi. What's up? 2005 channel member. Thank you so much, man, for showing up. He says Knicks must to punish the Pacers tonight. I would love that. I mean, the Pacers are not doing that well right now. So let's see what the Knicks are facing in terms of their opponent. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. Here, this is the one. The Indiana Pacers right now, yeah, they lost to the Sixers last Friday, and then on Sunday they lost to the Wizards. Look at this, by 19 points. The Wizards have the worst record, and they ended up toppling the Pacers. It was a weird night, Sunday night. 4 teams with 7 wins or less. I can't remember how it was. All won. That was bizarre. Hornets, Nets, Wizards, and on this end, who was it? The Pelicans. The Pelicans. Yeah, down here. Yeah, Sunday night was the night for the losers to be winners. So shout out to them. But right now, the Pacers are really struggling. They're missing Halliburton, New York's favorite player. Pascal is doing all he can, but they missed Benedict Mathurin for long stretches of time. Right now, they're 4-6 in their last 10 games. That includes the 2 losses they just had, so it's possibly they were actually playing a little better before that. I think they were. Let's look over here. Here we go. They had a 3-game losing streak before. Yeah. They're actually 4-4 for the last 8 games. Okay. So he got to 500 there. That included a win against the Wizards. Yeah, a win against the Wizards, a win against the Bulls, a loss against Cleveland and Nuggets, and then a win against the Bulls again, a win against Sacramento. All right, not good teams. And then they lost to the Sixers. The Sixers are an interesting team right now. And then lost to the Wizards, which they're not a good team. So they got even the series there. So they've been struggling a bit. The Sixers. So right there in 6th place. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. Interesting. Orlando Magic. Suggs is out. Not sure for how long he'll be out, but he's out right now. The Celtics have been a bit of a surprise team of late. But they've lost 2 of their last games. They were on a super hot streak before. They've won 7 out of the last 10, but no one's hotter than the New York Knicks. And this 9-1, it's because it doesn't include the NBA Cup Finals. So the Knicks are 10. They would be. They've won 10 of their last 11 games because they did lose. Actually, they lost to the Celtics. It was the Celtics that they lost to in the past 11 games. I can't wait till the Knicks start playing like the Pistons, the Celtics again, have more matchups with those guys, play some of these West Coast teams like the Nuggets and Thunder, Lakers. They took care of business against the Spurs in a beautiful fashion in that 4th quarter. Unbelievable run to start. It was like a 15-3 start to the 4th quarter to just completely take that game over. But then the Spurs hung around. They made some threes, some buckets here and there. They were within 3 points at one point, and then boom, Knicks that corner 3 by OG to put them up. I think 8. That was the one that gave them the big breathing room. Those back-to-back 3-pointers by Clarkson off of Mitch rebounds, fabulous. In fact, there is a stat here. It's interesting. Should I be ready for you guys? See if I can pull this guy up. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. You may have seen it. It's on the internet. Pull this guy up here. But in terms of three-bound leaders is what they're calling them, which are leaders in offensive rebounds that directly led to a three-point make. It's Josh Hart and Mitch Robinson that are the two leaders in that right now, both tied with 21 three-bound opportunities created. And Josh, off of those 21, 13 have been converted into three-point shots by Josh Hart, and 11 have been converted into three-point shots by Mitch Robinson. Tying Mitch is his former teammate, Isaiah Hartenstein. So that's pretty impressive right there. And if the NBA Cup final stats were included in the regular stats, Mitch would be by far number one right now. Beautiful. Lex, I'm with you. I'd like to see Diawara get some. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know how you're going to be without three of your top 7 rotation players, 2 of them starters, and not look at Diawara. You're going to give Diawara some time. Oh, it's Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia. Okay, good. Thanks, Mr. B, for clarifying that. It's Philadelphia. I knew it was one of the rivals, one of the rival teams. That's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night. So I'm okay. I'm okay with the Knicks resting Cat and Mitch tonight. They have to battle Embiid and Drummond tomorrow. And Paul George has been healthy and playing. Maxi's always a threat. So Josh Hart, he rests himself. I think he has like a strain. His 6-pack is what's strained. So then, any more rest he can get, the better. Man, that's going to be a fun game. But tonight is going to be an interesting game as well, because we're going to learn a lot about our depth. How our depth stepped up the other night in Vegas. And now we're going to find out if that depth can carry over. That's one of the toughest things. One of the big differentiators between bench players and starters. Starters do it every night. Every night they come out and they deliver. Maybe 4 out of 5 games. Maybe 1 out of 5 games they falter. Maybe 1 out of 7 games they falter. Whatever it is. But bench guys, you get like 2 good games and then like 3 bad games. Or mediocre games, then you get a great game, a mediocre game, a bad game, a decent game. They're inconsistent. They're just very inconsistent. So we're gonna find out if our guys, if they can ride the afterglow of that win, and how everyone gave him love. Brunson on center court in the post-game interview. First thing he says, before I answer your question, I need to shout out OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Tyler Kolek, and I think he said Jordan Clarkson. We don't win without those guys tonight. So that's beautiful. It's great leadership. And those guys, other than OG, Mitchell's not playing tonight. But those guys, Clarkson and Kolek, I'd love for them to have a good game tonight. Good game tonight. Do you guys, one thing I was looking for is who are the potential starters for the Pacers tonight. I could not find that. And if you could, that would be cool if you let me know. Because that is something that I have been curious about. Let's look at who played in the Washington game. Pascal is their leading scorer right now. I mean, I knew the Pacers were not going to be good, but 6-20? Wow, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So Mathurin did play. Okay, Nembhard did play. Okay. So, God, they got their butts whipped by the Wizards, and they had some of their best players playing. That's pretty embarrassing. So Pascal played, Jay Huff, Ethan Thompson, never even heard of him. Nembhard did play, Mathurin played. Okay. They have Garrison Matthews. They signed him, by the way. So, okay. Let's go back to this here. Let's see who are their leading scorers. Salute. Shout out to, we got Kareem Grant in the house. We got Edgar Cruz. Lex the Destroyer, best mod around, no doubt. Who else we got? We got Jadale Israel 322.7. All right, McCullough tonight. Dadier, I'd love to see it. Mr. B asks, do I like Sadiq Bey? I do. I have been a Sadiq Bey fan for a while. I know he was hurt. He's feeling better now. And if you're asking me in terms of bringing him to the Knicks, he is someone that I would look at, for a Yabusele exchange. If Yabusele doesn't start stepping it up, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what Bey's contract is, but we may have to put some extra filler in there. But he would be somebody interesting. And he can hit an occasional three. Pascal's averaging 23.8 points per game, leading the Pacers. And assists, Nembhard is at 6.6. Pascal leads in field goal percentage, 47.6 himself. The defense here, rebounds per game. Pascal leads in rebounds. Man, he just leads everything. He leads in steals, 1.2 per game. And Jay Huff, their center, has 2.5 blocks per game. They are averaging 110 points per game, which is nothing really that exciting. Actually, let's pull up. Where are they? Where are they in terms of team stats? Should have had that ready here. Sorry about that, guys. Pull this up here. All right. Oh, it went. Come on. Stats, team stats. Okay. Yabu's night. Yes, I'm rooting for it because I liked the Yabusele signing. I liked how he played last year for the Sixers, and I think he just needs to figure out how to have an impact on the court as a New York Knick. He's been struggling with that, but I like him. I really do. I think he fits the type of player that we actually need. A big who can hit the threes, and defend fours and fives. And occasionally maybe a three. But defensively, he's been lacking. It's almost like he's not quite understanding the defensive schemes yet. And now this is game 26 or 26 or 27. Yeah, so he should be getting it by now. The Knicks, as everyone knows, in the entire NBA world, have the second best rated offense in the NBA with 122 points per 100 possessions. And the Indiana Pacers, you got to go way down to the very bottom. They have the worst offense, 108.2. And they have a 116.1 defense, which translates to, 19th. The Knicks are currently at 10th. They have the 10th rated defense in the NBA. Net rating, the New York Knicks are the fourth highest rated team, the number one in the East, with an 8.6 net rating. The Indiana Pacers, I'm sure, are down at the 27th, minus 7.9, only above the Pelicans, Kings, and Wizards, and the Wizards who they lost to. It's but the Pacers are going to step up. These guys, a lot, especially the guys who battled against the Knicks the past couple seasons, Pascal Siakam, Nembhard, Mathurin, they're going to want to show up. They're going to want to, prove to the Knicks and to the NBA world that they still can stay with them to some extent. But honestly, even though we're not going to have Kat, Mitch, or Josh, I'm kind of expecting like a double-digit victory for the New York Knicks. And Brunson, he's probably he didn't have as efficient a game against the Spurs as I had hoped, but he still ended up being the MVP. Fantastic. He was the MVP of the NBA tournament. And him and Kat, actually, let's get back to this. Him and Kat were right here. Yeah, him and Kat finished the NBA Cup All-Tournament team. Brunson, Luka, De'Aaron Fox, Shai Gilgeous, and Karl Anthony Towns. So 2 Knicks in the All-Tournament Cup team, and well-deserving. I'm so proud of these guys. There were some tweets about McBride. James L. Edwards III, who's known as the Trilogy. He wrote, no real update on Miles McBride. He's not practicing, but doing basketball activities. And it said here, he asked Mike Brown if he expects limiting the minutes of the starters who are available or full go since they're dressed. Said he'll watch guys' minutes. So he will throttle it. So I'm definitely expecting guys like Diawara getting minutes. If McCullough's on the bench and available, maybe he might even get some time. So this could be a great game for the bench, the extended roster, to get a real serious look, especially now when we're heading into trade season. And the more that you give these guys opportunities, it gives them a chance to thrive. And if they thrive, it increases their value to both the franchise, either holding on to them, or to potential trade partners. I think it's a win-win. I think it's a smart decision to create this scenario right now, especially when you have guys who are, you don't want to push them past their limits. And with Cat, you want to make sure that the calf strain doesn't escalate and turn into something else. So you never know. Cat might even miss tomorrow night. It's possible. It depends on how much that leg is hurting him. This was interesting. So I don't know if you guys heard about Giannis. He had a meeting today, and he talked about the trade situation. And he said basically, so Steve Popper, Eric Neum tweeted this out. He says, here's Giannis Antetokounmpo's response when I asked about the report about him and his agent reaching out to the Bucks about his future before that game against the Pistons. And then Steve Popper retweets it, and he writes, like everyone, I think Giannis is a good guy and a great player, but the way you know this isn't true is because he didn't say he fired the agent. The agent is not his own man when it comes to talking trades about the clients. Yeah, Giannis wants to have his cake and eat it too. In the statement it says, because I'm sure you can't read it here, I'll read it out to you. I didn't hear about the report. Again, if my agent is talking to the Bucks about it, he is his own person. He can have any conversation he wants about it. At the end of the day, I don't work for my agent. My agent works for me. And there's going to be conversations that are going to be made between him and the Bucks, and him and his other players, and him and other teams and other GMs, executives around the league. It's something you can't control. But at the end of the day, I personally have not had the conversation with the Bucks. I'm still locked in on my teammates. Most importantly, locked in on me getting back healthy, and then locked in on my teammates and how I can help them from the sideline or encourage them to be able to play and play free. Because at the end of the day, it takes a toll on them too, right? They're playing game after game after game. Thank God we've had a very good schedule in the last couple weeks, but it takes a toll on them too. Like rumors and that, in and out, injuries and lose, win, it's hard, right? So as a leader, but most importantly as a winner, you just got to be there for them first. So right now, again, I'm just focused on getting back healthy on the court, focusing on how I can encourage my team to be the best version of themselves. After that, focus on how I can get out there and help them win games and get out of this hole that we've dug ourselves in. And then everything else come after that. Then everything else come after that. Interesting way to put that. I'm curious how you guys feel about that. I want to hear from you guys about that statement. Drop it in the comments if you think that Giannis statement is for real and that is true about his agent. Put a thumbs up for that. If you feel that he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, put a thumbs down for that. I'm curious what you guys think about that because I personally am not sold. He knows exactly what his agent's doing. And his agent's doing, as far as I'm concerned, what Giannis has asked for. And in terms of how the Bucks have been playing of late, the Bucks, just so you know, literally got their asses handed to them last Sunday. On that weird night when the teams with like 7 wins or less all won, one of those teams was the Brooklyn Nets, who utterly destroyed the Bucks 127-82. So they won by 45 points. Right? 45 or 30? Yeah, 45 points. The Bucks lost by 45 points. You're not going to tell me that Giannis can make up everything for that. And that's against the Nets, guys. They did beat the Celtics 116-101. But before that, they lost to the Pistons. They lost to the Sixers. They did beat the Pistons, so that's nice. They went on they had won 3. They were 3 of 3 before that loss to the Nets. But that included wins over the Wizards and the Nets. Even then, they lost to the Nets. They lost to us. Before that, they lost to Miami. Before that, they lost to Portland. They lost to Detroit. They lost to Sixers. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Lakers. That is an 8-game losing streak. The Bucks are not a good team. So Giannis, you can talk all you want about I'm locked in. You're locked into what? To being on a shit team? To not even getting into the playoffs? This is the kind of stuff I'm really glad that we have Karl-Anthony Towns on this team. I really am. He's such a unique player, and he loves being a Knick. And then, of course, Captain Brunson, who now, I believe, Mr. Brunson has overtaken Bernard King for most points scored per game as a Knick in his lifetime. Yep, he's now number 1, overtaking Bernard King. Melo is on that list. Richie Guerin, and I forgot who else. But he's averaging 26-something points per game, and that is good enough for number 1 in the NBA. And now we got these others. We got the super subs. And I hope you guys are going in and voting. All-Star, I voted yesterday. Yesterday was the first day you could vote. Vote every day. Vote the entire starting lineup for the Knicks. We have to get at least 3 Knicks into the All-Star game, especially if the Knicks keep winning like they're winning right now. They will overtake the Pistons. They will have the best record in the Eastern Conference, and they will be deserving of having 3 representatives in the All-Star game. Maybe even 4. Maybe even 4. All right, man. So this was great. Going to prepare to watch the game. I want to shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for joining me here today. Really appreciate everybody's support. And don't forget, your New York Knicks are NBA Cup champions. Yeah! Let's go! I loved it. If you saw the live stream after that game, you know how hilarious it was. It was so much fun. I was on one. If you want to support the Knicks-Verse, become a member today. You get shout-outs, you get discounts, you get the members-only halftime shorts and other shorts as well. So check that out. The join button is down below. And don't forget to hit up the merch store. There's a discount code, Holiday 15. Lex, the Destroyer, was kind enough to put the link and the discount code in the chat there. And for channel members, I'm going to be dropping an extra special discount code. So stay tuned for that. Also, there will be a post-game show, like always. So check that out. And I just got my hoodie here for this pullover. It looks amazing. Actually, I got one for my son. I'm going to give it to him. So you guys should definitely get into that. All righty. Let's get a win. Let's get a win. I want to see the bench step up big time. I want to see Yabusele. Yabusele come through with 20 points. Come on. Come on. I want to see Kolek continue his great play of late, his smart play of late. I want to see Clarkson follow through on the freedom and the flow that he discovered in that fourth quarter. Of course, you're not going to have Mitch Robinson giving you second and third chance opportunities like he did that quarter. But Huck Porty, he's been a decent creator of second chance opportunities. Maybe Diawara gets on the court and shows something. For all we know, Pacom Dadie gets a look. It's gonna be interesting. I like these kind of games because they give you an opportunity to see a different look from your own team. Thank you so much, Lex the Destroyer, for holding it down for me here. Shout out to the rest of the chat. We got Victor Riviera in the house. What's up, brother? Thumbs down. Yes, I don't believe. Yeah, I think it's bullshit, personally. I think he was like, you know what? I'm getting ready to come back pretty soon to play with my team, and this is causing a lot of distractions, and I don't want to be the bad guy. Sorry, bro. Doesn't work that way. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay, let's go Knicks, and I will see you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Subscribe, smash the like button, share the video, drop your comments if you're watching this later on. I read them all, and I appreciate every single one of them, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get another one, another big W.